Explosive and exclusive new information will put further pressure on Special Prosecutor Bob Mueller to resign. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Last night, we brought you a disturbing and revealing report about FBI investigator Peter Strzok, who was relieved of his duties in the Mueller office after it was revealed that he texted anti-Trump messages during the 2016 presidential debates. Previously, Strzok had been a top investigator on the Hillary Clinton email probe and was responsible for watering down the language then FBI Director Comey used to describe Mrs. Clinton's handling of classified information on her private email server. Isn't that neat? The original language called her grossly negligent, which, by the way, can be a criminal violation of the applicable statute. But it was changed by Strzok to merely extremely careless. Once again, Hillary ends up skating for conduct that would have put any of us behind bars. You see, Strzok was kind of a Forrest Gump of the FBI, but without any of the endearing qualities. Why do I say that? He was present during Hillary's one and only interview with the FBI. He was an agent who interviewed Hillary's longtime aides, Huma Abedin and Cheryl Mills. And then he helped grill former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn on January 24th. So I have a question. What the heck was Strzok's magic touch? Why, of all of the hundreds of lawyers in the FBI, was he always so lucky to get these plum assignments? Well, I think we all know why. And as a weird aside to this whole fiasco, if you go to Strzok's Wikipedia page, it reads that the website is considering his whole page for deletion. That's a bit odd, don't you think? As far as the media go, well, they spent the day either ignoring or downplaying Strzok's conflict of interest.
Mr. Strzok, this FBI agent in charge, it doesn't change anything. The one that has been removed from the investigation, it doesn't change anything.
The notion that FBI agents or people who work on behalf of the government aren't supposed to have any political feelings or any political biases, that's a little bit of an overstatement, right? They aren't.
There is politicization here, but also this is the president continuing to go after American law enforcement.
Okay, I have a question. Will the media be able to downplay all of Mueller's other tainted investigators? The conflicts in the Mueller shop don't stop with Strzok. According to documents obtained by Judicial Watch, former head of DOJ's Criminal Fraud Division, Andrew Weissman, emailed Acting Attorney General Sally Yates praising her for refusing to enforce Trump's travel ban in court. On January 30th, shortly after Trump fired her, Weissman wrote, "I'm so proud and in awe. Thank you so much. All of my deepest respects, Andrew Weissman." Oh, isn't that sweet? So naturally, when the time came to choose his deputy, special counsel Mueller chose Weissman, who was also his former partner at the law firm Wilmer Cutler. Think about it. Weissman chosen to be the #2 guy on an investigation that could lead to the impeachment of the president of the United States, given those statements, when he was on the record celebrating Yates. Remember, she was an instant hero of the left because she refused to enforce that same president's lawful executive order. My friends, we are talking willful defiance of the chief executive officer of the United States. Trump is their boss. It's simple, folks. Weissman must be removed from the Mueller team because of the apparent and real conflict of interest his presence represents. And finally, our exclusive report on yet another Mueller prosecutor who's compromised, this time because of her alliances to the Obama White House. Meet Jeannie Rhee. She was hired by Mueller in early June and also a partner of Weissman and also of Mueller's old law firm, Wilmer Cutler. Previously, she was a deputy assistant AG in the Office of Legal Counsel. That's for Obama, and that meant she gave official legal advice to the Obama White House on policy. But that's not even the most interesting part of the story. We've learned exclusively from sources on Capitol Hill that just weeks before joining the special prosecutor's team, Rhee was the personal attorney of former Deputy Obama National Security Advisor Ben Rhodes and was, in fact, his point of contact with the House Intel Committee in its investigation into Russia. Now, she didn't actually appear with Rhodes at his closed-door interview last spring, but that was only because by then she was already working with Mueller. Oh, and did I forget to mention that she also represented the Clinton Foundation and donated about $9,000 to Hillary and her fellow Democrats? Once again, another member of the Mueller team has been exposed for brazen partisanship, which at the very least represents the appearance of a conflict of interest, if not an actual one. Let's face it, what we're seeing here is a pattern and practice of Mueller hiring known Clinton and Obama political insiders and boosters, supporters, to undo a presidential election. That was the election of Donald Trump. But what's the common denominator of the three amigos here? Well, they all hate Trump. But more than that, they're political adversaries. Given the gravity of the situation, given all that's at stake for America, Robert Mueller needed to assemble a team of unassailable professionals. They needed to run that investigation professionally and without any question. Instead, as we're documenting night after night, what Mueller did, he hired a pedigreed team of obvious partisans. A revolving door from working for political opponents of Trump to working on the investigation into Trump and his supposed Russian ties. What a total travesty. They should all step aside. They should all go back to their old law firm, their old buddies there, including Bob Mueller. And that's the angle.